Hi everybody, Mike here at Topdon. In this used car purchase video, we're going to cover the interior of the vehicle. We're going to cover everything from the ceiling to the carpets, headlights, taillights, HVAC, all the things inside the car to make sure it's in good working order. So one of the first things you like to look for when you open up the doors and stuff, check all your door seals out, make sure they're in good shape, not ripped or torn or out of place. That would show signs that water could get in. Also, one of the first things you like to check when you get in the car is there a musty smell, any kind of odor that isn't typical of a car, to see if there might have been possible water intrusion already. If there's floor mats or something, I like to lift them up, kind of feel the carpet itself, make sure it's nice and dry, make sure there's no water stains or mold and mildew on it. Sometimes it's easy enough to kind of lift up the top of the carpet and just pull it down a little and check to make sure there's no rust or water lines, things that, in that nature that would entail water intrusion has happened in the vehicle, which can lead to a lot of problems later on in the road. Again, just open all the doors. Make sure all your door seals and all the seals around the actual body of the car itself are good, not ripped or torn or just hanging out of place. Another thing that's good to check too is make sure all your seat belts themselves actually work. Just kind of give them a clip in and make sure they release, because if they don't work, that could be a sign of a previous accident or problems with the safety system itself. Another thing to check for too is when you're in the car, you just kind of check your headliner. Make sure there's no, again, water stains or anything along those lines. Make sure it's not sagging down, it's all there intact, and that there's no stains or anything along those lines. Again, open and close all your doors from inside and out. Make sure both handles work. Basically, open and close everything. You can check all the little things back here, your vents, make sure they kind of move around if you want, open and close. Just kind of make sure everything kind of seems intact. Your little handles are in good shape, lights work, all your pins are in place, and all your trim panels are nice and even and popped in. Again, just checking to make sure the doors open and close all good, checking your seals, all your trim panels. Make sure everything looks like it's in good shape, hasn't been broken or ripped apart. Again, you can try to check your carpet back here as well. Just make sure it's nice and dry under the seat. Make sure your door panels are in good shape, everything seems tight. You can check your windows back here from these switches too. Make sure they work from each individual door, and that all your components and everything are intact. Moving on to the front in the driver's seat, one thing you'd like to make sure is that all your components work in the front of the car. I like to go ahead and start the vehicle. Again, listening for any noises when you start the car or if it's hard to start. Make sure everything lights up on the dash. Make sure everything kind of comes on. Check your headlights, make sure your high beam indicator comes on. Check your blinkers. And turn your headlights on, make sure all that kind of comes on, your interior lights work and all that. Check your wipers, turn them on, make sure all your different speeds on your wipers work. As far as make sure your parking brake actually engages and works and holds the vehicle. This car has some buttons down here and up here for the radio. Just kind of go through all your buttons, making sure they all work, and switch the screen that your whole system is working properly. Turn your radio on, make sure that it all comes on and plays. Make sure your shifter lights work, all your buttons and dials work as well. Steering wheel controls, whatever's possible from a standstill, make sure those work and move all your functions around. As far as your HVAC system goes, I like to turn it on. I like to turn it on to max heat, make sure that it actually works, blows it. Check all your blower speeds, make sure it actually speeds up and slows down. I also like to keep it all the way up and then change it all the way down to cold. And you should be able to hear a tone change in it to be able to show the function of the blend door working properly. Also hit your air conditioning button. Make sure you feel it engage or hear the AC engage and that your air gets nice and cold to make sure the air conditioning is working properly. Again, just hitting all your buttons and functions, making sure everything kind of works as designed. Hit defrost buttons, all kinds of things, making sure your heated seats work if they're an option. Make sure everything turns on and moves around. Go ahead and hit your hazard switch, make sure that's working. Play with your vent dials, make sure they all move and spin around nice and easy. Go ahead, turn it all off. Just kind of Opening pockets, checking things, making sure everything's bolted down and in place. Again, checking your seat belts throughout the car, make sure your seat belt works, the passenger seat belt works. Go ahead and open your glove box, make sure that's there and things actually work. Go ahead and check your power seats if it has it, or manual seats for that matter. Just move it up and down, back and forth, making sure all the functions on the seat itself actually work. Go ahead and check your rear view mirror if it happens to have some buttons on there if need be, dimming, compass, things like that. Just basically looking from the top to the bottom of the car, making sure kind of everything opens and closes and works as intended. Make sure your side mirrors work. If they're power, make sure your dials work for them. Your door lock buttons work. Window switches work. Any kind of functions that you notice in the car, just verify operation and that everything's in good working order. You've now learned how to inspect the vehicle inside and out before a used car purchase. I hope that this has been informative and helps you along your way of purchasing a used vehicle. Thank you and have a good day. Safe driving.